Second, the state of affairs that the Parliament has sought to remedy by the 46th Amendment of the Constitution was that prior to the promulgation, each state attempted to subject the same transaction to tax on the nexus doctrine under its sale tax laws. Consequently, on the basis of one or the other element of the territorial nexus, the same transaction had to suffer tax in different states with the inevitable hardship to trade and consumers in the same or different states. The farmers of the Constitution, being fully aware of the problems, sought to check the same by a somewhat complex constitutional scheme and by imposing restrictions on the state's power with regard to levy tax on the sale or purchase of goods under Article 286. The High Court in the judgment referred to herein before mentioned these factors. It is in this background that Article 269 was amended and Clause 3 was added to it. The effect inter alia is that the power to levy tax on the sale or purchase of goods is now referable to the legislative power vested in the states by virtue of entry number 54 in list second of the 7th schedule. However, this legislative authority of the states is restricted by three limitations contained in Article 286(1)(a), 286(1)(b) and 286(3) of the Constitution. It may be mentioned that Parliament by the 6th Amendment to the Constitution enacted the Central Sale Tax Act 1956 with the object to formulate principles for determining when a sale or purchase of goods takes place in the course of interstate trade or commerce or outside a state or in the course of import into or export from India, to provide for the levy collection and distribution of taxes on sales of goods in the course of interstate trade or commerce, and to declare certain goods to be of special importance and specify the restrictions and conditions to which state laws imposing taxes on the sale or purchase of such goods shall be subject. In this connection, the High Court referred to the various propositions as mentioned by the Law Commission in its 61st report rendered in May 1974. It is not necessary to set out the same in detail. It was in the aforesaid historical background that the High Court construed the provisions in question and came to the conclusion that a plain reading of these would leave little manner of doubt that the legislative power to tax consignment transfers of goods from one branch of an institution to another branch thereof outside the state and all matters incidental, ancillary or complementary thereto were then declared to be vested in the Union of India to the total exclusion of the states. The High Court referred to the observations of this court in Khairabari Tea Co. Limited versus State of Assam AIR 1964 SC 925 Naveen Chandra Muffattal versus the Commissioner of Income Tax, Bombay City, 1955 as CR 8 to 9, and Waverley Jute Mills Co. Limited versus Raymond and Cooperated. First Private Limited 1963 3 SCR 209, and concluded that entry 92B enabled the Union of India not only to tax the consignment of goods in the strict sense but also embraced all ancillary and complementary areas, as well as to the exclusion of the state legislature therefrom. In the aforesaid light, the High Court constituted Section 9 1B of the Haryana Act 1983. Analyzing the provisions in detail, it observed that Section 9 of the Act was a charging section for the levy of purchase tax. It imposed liability for payment of purchase tax, therefore, it should be distinguished from the machinery section. The High Court examined the real nature of the business outside the state and found that there was merely a change in the physical sheets of the goods without any change in the basic incidents of ownership and control. Therefore, in its true nature, a mere dispatch of goods outside the state to another branch of the original institution is not and never can be the equivalent of a sale, either as a term of art in the existing sales tax legislation and not remotely so in common parlance, and constituting Section 9 1B of the Act, the High Court was of the view that the real taxing event is the dispatch of the manufactured good to a place outside the state in any manner otherwise than by way of sale in the course of interstate trade or commerce. The High Court found that there was no distinction between the dispatch as defined in the said amended section and the consignment of good by the manufacturer to himself or any other person in the course of interstate trade or commerce, and referred to the meanings of the expressions dispatch and consign, which are similar and almost interchangeable when used in specific commercial sense. The High Court referred to Webster's New International Dictation, Array, Shorter Oxford English Dictionary, and also to Random House Dictionary for their meanings